I love how that ends like that.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know. I wish we wrote that song ourselves. We did not. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Well, yeah.
How is everyone today? I'm Corey Pratt.
I'm Chris Ruck.
And this
is Craving Cars.
And we're live today.
We are.
Here at our podcast that you can follow here on the tubes of you. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel and hit the bell icon notification so you can be notified when we are going live.
That's right.
And you can also follow us on some things.
Instagram, Facebook.
That sounds good.
Everything's under Craving Cars.
At Craving Cars.
Actually, just
Bingo.
Google Craving Cars. You're going to find everything that we have out there.
You know what's crazy when you Google, you know how many options come up?
All of ours.
Well, it just us, actually.
Yeah. All of ours.
Because we're the only Craving Cars out there.
That's
and
right.
you guys are the only cravers, so thank you for watching. We appreciate you every bit.
That's right.
Like-
And big
like,
shout out
share-
to all of our
like-
sponsors
share,
below
subscribe.
that you see. Big shout out to them. So
Absolutely. Flight Age, We Are Warriors, Uncorked Wine and Spirits, First Time Motorsports, Timely Delivery Service, Cartoons in the House right here. And, of course, the fact that we are here live at the Auto Beauty Center studio. Check them out. The description is down below.
thanks. Good night.
All righty. Have a good
How about
night.
that?
Yeah.
All right. So we decided
I feel like we've done that before.
this week we would deep dive into what we do
What do we do?
for car photography, videography, what tools we use, what we've learned over the years, that kind of thing. Maybe help others learn how to navigate, not giving away the trade secrets, but
Oh, I thought we were talking about EVs today.
oh shoot, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong show.
Oh, do
Hold on.
you want to talk about EVs?
Hold on, let me change it.
Do you want to talk about EVs?
Hold on, let me change it.
Hold on.
Okay, I got it. Okay, we're
Hey,
back.
welcome to the show, everybody.
I'm Chris
Corey,
Ruck.
I'm Corey Pratt, and this is Craving Cars EV. No, it's
Wait,
not.
wrong show.
Oh,
Wait,
hold on.
change again?
I guess we're not talking about EVs today. Then.
No, we're not.
Well, I would about to say worse things have happened, but not really, because we're not talking about EVs.
No.
So
no,
I think we're doing good.
we decided to go down a path.
Yes.
Honestly, here's
Yes,
where
yes,
we're
yes.
at. We decided to go down a path that we know about, things that we've done in our lives for the last 12 plus years, easily. I think between you and me, easily that long.
Yeah. Well, yes, because you guys don't know. I mean, I started photography back in high school
Yeah,
with film.
which was like 5 years ago.
Actually, I started photography with black and white film, which was like, just a couple years ago.
yeah.
You like that? He started photography back in World War One.
No, the Civil War era.
Sorry, I apologize.
I had to put up the lamp and do the
No,
explosive.
he did Civil War. He had to draw him real quick
That's right.
in action. Anyways,
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a lot.
I've always loved photography. It wasn't necessarily automotive at the time, and I dabbled in it. And I did a little stuff. I didn't do it career-wise like this guy over here. So photography, I think, questions and know-how is going to go more towards, I hate to say it, Mr. Ruck over here.
Yeah, and Corey Pratt's going to take on the videography side.
yeah.
And we'll chime in on each other because we both know both sides.
Yeah, so
to a certain extent.
I've been shooting video since 2016, so it's been a few years.
Yeah.
Next year, I guess it'll be 10 years I've been shooting video. So I picked up a couple things here and there.
You did.
So
You did. I taught
And
you well.
Once in a while, I surprise myself and go, "God damn, that looks pretty fucking cool." And then other times I'm like, "Oh, that's shit. Let's get rid of it."
Yeah, that's you
But that's the
nitpicking
magic
yourself.
of editing,
That is your
which we don't have
diagnosing your
today
own stuff.
because we're live.
Yeah.
No editing. So that means it makes my job easier. That's all on him.
So it's a little change on the topics we normally cover. But
It
we
is.
thought it was interesting to point out, what do you do as an automotive photographer, videographer? What gear do you want? What do you need to do to get started? That kind of a thing. It all ties into the automotive industry because there's a lot of people out there that think they can just get started and they have a iPhone or they bought a good low end camera. How do I get started? And you can do it on it all.
There's a lot of stuff, and if you've been following stuff from other YouTube channels about photography and videography and stuff, the biggest question that they would refer to is like, hey, I'm going to answer questions today. And they'll go through the things. The biggest question they get is, what's the best camera? And they always tell you it's the one that's in your hand.
That's right.
Because if it's not in your hand, it's not doing any good whatsoever because you're not using it. So with that said, can you do a lot of stuff with one of these? Absolutely.
And we'll get into that.
But there's other things that are better.
There are.
There are lots of things that are better.
There's limits to everything.
There really is.
There is.
Now, we're going to dive deep into this. But first off, what's up, man? How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Okay. Did you know that we've been discussing a little bit about like the dumbest cars ever made? You ever
we
heard
have,
of that?
And I know we're going to be doing something special at the end of the year.
That's right. The last show of this year, we're going to be revealing a list that's compiled by not just us, but by the help of you guys out there. All you cravers out there need to be sending us in the comments, not just the chat, which chat's great.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, if you're here, say something in the chat, please.
But then post a comment.
If you're not here, say something in the chat. No, you can't actually. You're not here. No, if you're not here, you need to say something in the comments. And if you're here, say something in the comments of what you think the dumbest car ever. Dumbest cars. Give us a couple options. And tell us why. Why do you think it's the dumbest car? Maybe you know why it's the dumbest car. Or maybe you just had an experience with it and said, you know what, this
and we're not talking just modern cars. We're talking since automotive
dumbest shit ever made.
Out there. There you go.
That's right. And give us a little bit. A small reason because we want to bring that up. We're going to have our list. I'm going to have I want to kind of have like a cravers list of what they think the dumbest cars ever made. So I think that'd be kind of cool. We got a little bit of time, but don't hesitate, please. Please give us the dumbest cars ever made. We understand that a lot of you think a Malibu, a modern day Malibu might be one of those. Let's not get into that right now.
Why is it always my car that gets thrown under the bus?
Because we don't want to throw my shit under the bus.
Well, I don't know why. You've been working on it all weekend.
I don't have anything worth throwing on the bus. I've got not only one of the.
What do you mean? Why is my Malibu got to be thrown under the bus?
Has your Malibu ever won Car of the Year?
No.
One of mine has.
Okay. And recently,
has
2026.
Yours ever been one of the like basically like the type of cars that everybody's sought after as far as killer?
Yes.
Hold on. Sport car performance, like a pinnacle of it? No. Of course not. Has yours ever been one of those ones that say, hey, you know what? This is the coolest looking van that we can put a lot of shit in?
So all of your cars.
How about this? I got one more.
Just made out
to say this is the most popular, biggest ever bought, manufactured of off-road vehicles because it's truly just the best.
I don't buy it. I think you paid somebody.
I might have.
No, I
Some
agree.
of you may not understand what I'm talking about, but what I'm getting at is because I have a Porsche and a Mercedes van and a Golf GTI, which the Mark 7 was.
Yep.
And I
have a Chevy Malibu, Jeep Commander, and 2019. Audi, and
then I've got my Jeep, which is, I'm sorry, it's the best off-road vehicle ever made.
I agree because my Jeep Commander is the best version of any Jeep
most of you, not most of you, some of you may disagree. On the Overland side of Craving Cars says, that's not the best overland vehicle. I didn't say the best overland vehicle. I said best off-road vehicle. And when I say that, I have a 2000 Wrangler. What came out in 2000 that was better off-roading than a Jeep Wrangler?
None, because it had the 4.0.
And we even had a Rubicon in 04, which means no other vehicle came with front and rear lockers, Dana 44s, low gear ratio, 4-to-1 transfer case. Nothing could touch it.
There you go.
So nowadays, there's some debate because the Bronco exists and Toyota's come out with some new toys, Nissan's come out with new toys, Land Rover, Land Rover's come out with a new toy. A lot of stuff. The Grenadier. There's a lot of new toys out there. Is it the best vehicle now? I don't know, but that's not what we're talking about. Mine's a 2000, so that's what we're talking about. Okay.
Right.
I kind of went really far. We kind of went off the rails on that one, didn't we?
You did.
Hey, we do got an event coming up next week. We want to explain what we're doing next week on Thursday and next weekend a little bit.
Yep. We got to throw that out there because it's been a big deal. Justin Keith, a good friend of ours, used to be part of Streetcar Takeover.
Yep. He was one of the original founders of Streetcar Takeover.
And he separated, and he has a Boostin' Barbecue coming up. on the 24th.
At Flying H Drag Strip.
That's right. And we are doing the pre-party next Thursday.
That's right. So that would be during the time we're here live today.
That's right.
So we've been out there before.
Yep.
Internet's a little, I don't know.
A little flaky. We'll try to do our best, but probably not going live.
But with that said, we'll at least have a video.
Yeah.
That we'll have at least posted by the next day, probably.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And we might even try to edit up some shorts to throw it out there while we're there.
Okay.
But we'll see what that looks like.
We're going to have Justin Keith on the show.
Yep. Talk about everything.
So if we're live, great. We're there. But if we're not live, I mean, I would still make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see the video that gets posted. It's not a live video at that point if we're not going to go live.
That's right.
So pay attention to that. But that's kind of a big week from Thursday on through the weekend. I mean, it's all about Boost and Barbecue,
isn't it? Yeah, because it starts on Friday, runs through Sunday.
So I think we might get some exclusive stuff.
Yeah, we're going to have the van set up. We got our own personal area set up.
And definitely want to subscribe because we are going to be doing a full-out interview, killer performance, walkthrough, not just from that night, but after the show.
Yeah.
And interview with Justin Keith.
Yep.
And one of the biggest freaking cravers, gearheads, whatever there is in Kansas City that I've ever met.
Well, good.
I'm just saying. He would not have been part of Streetcar Takeover and done what he's done and with his killer performance shop and all that stuff if he wasn't.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a huge car guy.
Yep.
In many, many aspects. So always wonderful to have him on the show, and we'll leave it at that. And that's next Thursday. So
yep.
Keep up with us, guys.
We won't be live next Thursday. We'll try to do something.
Let's just
come out and join us.
More than likely, we probably won't be, but come out to Killer Performance in Grain Valley, Missouri.
Yep. Come up to the van.
And you know what?
We have T-shirts to throw out.
You'll see Serenity behind us right there with the big sign on it. That'll be there. So feel free to come up and say hi. And we may even have a shirt to give you.
There you go.
If you say hi, I might have a shirt.
Yep. All right. Back to tonight's subject line.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Because we are both car photographers and videographers.
That's right. The video photography thing. I thought you were going to bring up EVs. Oh, thank God. Woo.
No. So we talked about the simplest way of doing things. We're going to talk about how to go from the simplest to the biggest. What's it take? What do you get out of it? That kind of a thing. It's going to be a whole deep dive. So here we go. Right now, what we're going to show you is kind of what we work with in a wheelhouse. In other words, we have these tools available. Not all of them are needed at certain times, but there's a lot. We'll deep dive into kind of each one, but I think what we wanted to talk about was, first off, the camera.
Camera?
Because without a camera...
Without a camera, it doesn't really do a lot of good to do video or photography if you don't have a camera. So I'm going to do something... While you talk about cameras.
You're going to clean it out?
I'm going to move that. I'm going to move this real quick. That's okay. That's okay.
No, he's cleaning house.
We'll explain what's going on here.
You're going to break it down.
We got this guy.
But anyway.
Let me move these off the side a little bit.
As a photographer, videographer, obviously you need something that's going to capture low light. Something that's kind of captured depth of field, which is really where the camera body comes into play.
Okay, maybe we need to explain a little bit more on the low light situation thing, because if you're only going out during the day and filming certain things, you may not have to worry about that so much.
That's true. That's true.
But what we have found over the years is that we seem to be doing more and more stuff, whether it's a night thing, it's in a parking garage, it's inside of someone's personal garage, collection of like a warehouse type of garage. They may have a bunch of lights, but it's still considered low light because it's not like bright sunlight.
That's right.
And so we've found out over the years that low light ability is more important than we thought. Would you agree?
More so because everybody wants their car shot in golden hour, right? Low, sun going down, get the sun behind.
Yep.
That takes a lens and a camera system that can handle that low light.
Yeah.
Versus something that's in bright sun. But there are issues when you come into that, and we could talk about that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Should we talk about the camera?
Sure. What do you got? Let's talk camera bodies.
Let's scoot over a little bit. So now, earlier on in the years, and this isn't everything we have. We're not showing you everything. We just want to give you kind of an idea.
We need a bigger table.
Here, let me do this real quick. Let me go ahead and take that off real fast so you get at least
bear
an idea
with us.
of just the camera.
Bear with us. We knew we'd have to shuffle some shit around.
Now, we have cameras. Now, one thing I don't have, you know what started Craving Cars is I had a Canon. Oh man, I'm trying to think of the model number. It was a camcorder, not one of these.
Yeah.
The problem was the camcorder that only had, I think it might have had a 1-inch sensor in it, which I'll explain sensors. We'll explain sensors in a minute. But it had a smaller sensor in it, much smaller than basically almost, including this little guy over here, including this little guy, a smaller sensor than this little guy. And it did great because it had autofocus and stability control and all this stuff all in one little package. And I started doing it with that. And you know what? It worked out okay. Did not handle low light very well. Did not handle the clarity quite as good. It was not, there was nothing close to 4K.
Yeah.
Nothing of that sort, So
it
was upgraded, and eventually it was upgraded by cameras like this. And originally I thought, no, I don't need a camera like this. And then you realize
you need a camera like that.
You kind of need a camera like this at times because that camcorder had a certain amount, it had a lens in it. And it could say, it's got 10x zoom, it's 20x zoom, but it's not quality zoom. If you're just trying to take some shots of your kids,
that's right.
I think it looked great.
Yeah.
But when you're really trying to take like a higher quality type of video, you kind of had to step up into the lens, the interchangeable lens category. Would you agree?
Yes.
There's a lot of pause there. Are you sure you agree with that?
Well, I know. I was reading comments, so sorry.
I guess what I'm getting at is, here's a phone. Now, I'm not saying this is better quality than my camcorder, because my camcorder still had a much bigger sensor than one of these things had.
Sure.
So I think these phones are invaluable to a certain point because you have it with you. You can do little pictures, you can do little videos and all stuff.
That's right.
And I think for your Instagram, your Facebook load ups and all this stuff, I think, for your own personal stuff, I think these are pretty cool.
I think, as we talked about, the best camera to have is the one you have.
That's right. The best camera that you have is the one that's in your hand. So, I mean, this is great. And I filmed all stuff with these before, and I've done fillers in them. I did a whole, I remember a pop-up show. I went to went out to Weston, Missouri, and we went out there just to hang out. And the thing is, we got there, it was like, oh my God, there's a car thing going on. I pull up my phone and start filming. Now, I posted that, but when you look at it, I mean, you can kind of tell it was with a phone. In my opinion, when you've been around video enough or photography and all that stuff, you can tell it's like, okay, you got the gist of the show. It looks good, but the quality wasn't as well as it is with these right here. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yep. A dedicated camera will always do better than something that can multitask.
I don't care what Apple says on their little speech. What do they call those things every year? They have those things.
The tech reviews. I
don't know. You use it.
The firmware updates.
You use a damn iPhone. You know what it's called. What's it called?
I don't know.
The fucker comes out and does a little speak thing and acts like they've invented everything.
The TED Talks. Kind of a deal.
Yeah, the iPhone TED Talks. There you go.
There you
go. There's a name for them. Anybody you can help us out with that? What do they call it every year when
there you go.
When they come out and talk about the new products coming up for Apple?
There you go.
What's it called? You don't know what it's called? You never watched it, do you?
Nope.
Good for you. Good. All right. Thank you so much.
I buy what I like.
All right. I can't believe I got the right button on that. I was just guessing.
Right.
Woo! I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I can't help you on that because I don't follow Apple.
Well,
I like Apple.
So many people tell, you could. This is the same as using one of these.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I'm just going to tell you that right now.
20 years of experience, it is not.
No.
As much as I love my iPhone 15 Pro Max, which does almost everything.
It does a lot of cool shit, doesn't it?
It's amazing.
I have a Samsung.
It's amazing.
Does a lot of
but
cool shit.
I would not get rid of my gear for this.
Not when you're doing something as valuable as we've done.
Yeah.
Or how about this? Maybe you got a gig that you're actually getting paid on.
Yeah.
You think you're going to show up with a phone and they're going to take you seriously?
Right.
Probably not.
Probably not.
You show
no
up,
matter how good you can take a picture.
You show up with this, they might go, oh, this motherfucker's fucking professional.
Unless she doesn't know what he's doing with it.
There's
that's
that.
a different
We're going to get to that a little bit
yeah,
later.
we will. Yeah. The gear means a lot in the impression, but you have to have the skill to back it up.
For certain quality behind it, there's a really good importance behind it. Now, behind the fact of skill, that's a different subject.
Yeah.
That we can get into.
Which is not something you can buy off the shelf.
No. I mean, you could drop $40,000 and buy all the latest gear.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean
we've done it.
It doesn't mean you have to, or doesn't mean you know how to use that gear.
That's right.
So someone that really knows how to use their phone might end up putting something together a little bit better than the other guy.
But I've seen some amazing iPhone shoots.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. But imagine if they really knew what they were doing. Imagine how good it could be if they had proper equipment.
Well, it's not that. It's a matter of if you went to a client that wants to pay you top dollar and you show up trying to do something on an iPhone, it's not going to look professional. Not that your images won't be professional. It's the image of taking the photos that doesn't look professional. That's the difference.
You know, a lot of times, I still to this day, so if you guys don't know any history of me, a long time ago I used to work for AT&T. And so I've been in like the cell phone industry for, it says the iPhone 5. And we're still selling the 4, I think, and the 5. So it's been a minute, okay? And I did that for quite a few years. And always into that. And I always was really excited to see like the next camera setup and all this stuff. But at the time, obviously those cameras weren't near as good as these things. Not even close.
Yeah.
Are they closer now? I imagine, but if you think the technology and a cell phone is getting so good that it's competing with this, do you understand the technology in these are growing too, right?
Right.
Which means these are getting even better.
Yep.
And the image quality of these is like, I've seen just even on YouTube, it's like, holy shit. I don't think it would be clearer than that if I was there personally.
Yeah, if you had two people that knew what they were doing, one that knew how to run an iPhone and did it the right way, and one that knew how to drive a SLR or a DSLR mirrorless camera, I guarantee you those are going to win over the iPhone or Samsung camera.
Do you know two people that know what they're doing in video or photography?
Of course.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. Let me know who they are, please. You can email me later. It's fine.
Okay.
All right, well, let's show some of the cameras we got here.
Yeah.
This is some options.
Well, most will start with...
Maybe. Is he going to switch to them? Let's find out. I'm kind of leaning all weird now.
All right.
So should we explain to them the sensor stuff?
Well, so this is a full frame, 24 megapixels, Sony A7 III.
Just so you know, megapixels, don't worry about okay.
Not when you go online.
I don't know if Chris is going to worry about megapixels, but I'm not going to worry about megapixels. Let's not go too deep in that because I've seen, come on, my first DSLR camera, my digital camera was only 6 megapixels.
That's right. And iPhones today.
And I have amazing shots from that sensor still to this
iPhones today are 24. Most older ones before 14 and below are probably 12.
12, right.
But 24 with all the new ones, and they work great.
There's a reasoning once you get into the cameras like this where megapixels might be a big deal. In video, maybe not as much as it is in photography.
That's right.
Like photography, some of these higher end stuff. What's some of the like the $6,000 camera bodies? Which Sony is that? It's like the A1 or something.
A1.
Okay.
Yep.
What is that? Like a 40 something megapixel or something?
It's actually 48.
48.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not dedicated straight to photography because it's a hybrid. So it does both video and.
Right.
So when you have to do both, the camera can't go 56, right? Or whatever megabytes. When you get into the R-type cameras where they're dedicated to high-quality photos that you're going to just blow up something wall size, those are the cameras you use, but they can't shoot video very well.
Right.
Because you can't match that quality across both.
But blowing up those higher megapixel type of stuff, you're going to get a cleaner image, basically.
Oh,
right?
much more detailed.
And I'm not saying you need 48 megapixels to make a clean image when you blow it up.
No,
but
you would not notice the difference between 48 and 24 if you went to a wall size photo.
Yeah.
You would notice.
Right, there you go. So megapixels is kind of a moot point kind of thing.
It is today.
Because you said, how many megapixels was this?
24.
This is 24.
Yep.
And what's this one? Do you remember the A6400? Do you remember what this one was?
I think that will take 4K at 12.
Okay. And you know what? I don't even know what this is.
I think that's when we say
I just
that.
know what this is. So okay, this is, and the reason I have this in there,
Another
guys,
tool.
if you guys don't realize what this is, here you go. This is a drone. Okay. This is a drone. Here's your camera. It's a 1-inch sensor in there. And you're probably thinking, I don't know what you mean by sensor size. So you got to understand, sensors
make a difference.
It could be this tiny little thing in a phone. It could be this big. It could be this big. It could be this big. You got to understand, the bigger the sensor, the cleaner the image you're going to get.
That's right.
Because you have, it's like film.
It's more detailed.
Actually, it's no different than film, because in film, back in the day, they had these tiny little negatives.
Yep.
Or you go to 35 millimeter, which was the bigger negative.
Yep.
The more common used negative. And then you had like twin lens reflex cameras, which had a big square, huge sensor that even gave even a cleaner image, because you're attracting light, and the bigger the image, the better it can collect that light.
The better sensor.
Yeah.
The bigger sensor collects more light.
That light. The better it collect the light, the better the image you're going to get, whether you're doing photography or video.
That's right.
And I say that because these all can do video now and photography. So we got all kinds of cameras here, don't we?
We do.
Oh, wait. Here you go. Let's bring in this guy. Let's bring in that little guy.
The traditional.
And let's bring in this guy over here. What do you got over here?
Well, this is the new Pocket 3, which is pretty big in the industry.
So these are the smaller sensors. This is the smallest sensor. This is an action camera. Everything has its place.
It does.
Everything has its place. It may have the smallest sensor, but it also is the most durable camera, the waterproof camera. They're smaller. You can mount these on the outside of outside of cars. You can use a suction cup mount, kind of like this. And I got the hiccups. I really hope that doesn't keep going. Then you got like the Pocket 3, which has a gimbal, which we're going to talk about gimbals here in a little bit too.
Yep.
This has a little gimbal with a tiny little thing, but has in it a bigger 1-inch sensor.
1-inch sensor.
Just like this little guy does right here. You know what? To be honest, it's probably the same sensor. I'm not going to lie.
It could be.
And this all comes out, and it's one thing. But there's reasons to have small, compact stuff. I think it works well. This is compact, but you see how small this little camera is? This is what they call an APS-C sensor. And that is quite a bit larger than even this sensor, even though this camera is not very big still.
That's right.
So then you're going to bump up to bigger, better stuff. It's a drone. If you guys don't realize this, the drone has, I mean, come on, how many benefits you can get out of a drone? Get overhead views.
Well, if you know how to fly it right.
That goes down to the skill thing now.
There it goes.
Because I don't know how many times I've seen drone footage where we're like, oh, cool, you can really, oh, wow, this is not good.
Yeah.
But how good are you at flying a drone?
As we saw today.
We did see something a little earlier today. We won't get into that, though.
No. No. Wasn't us, that's for sure.
No, it was something we saw.
But lenses make a big deal. ND filters make a big deal.
There you go. So this is set. This is set. This is set. But see, here's the advantage. Is that this little guy, where's your big guy at? Come on now. Don't be shy.
Well, I moved it because it was so big.
It was so, that's what she said. This little guy, the advantage here that we have a smaller sensor. We have about the same size. This is a bigger sensor. This is about as big as you're getting if you're not getting to like medium format type of stuff, which is, you know what, I'm not even going to explain that.
Yeah, medium format's completely out.
Let's just say
you're not seeing that in automotive.
Let's just say you're not, and those cameras are $6,000 plus.
Yeah.
For the cheapest ones, probably. Either way, full frame, that's the one that's kind of like, it's going to give you your low light capability, but it won't do it on its own without necessarily a very good lens, which we call as glass. good glass.
Which is really where the money is at.
Because a lens is, I mean, look at it. A lens is all, it's glass.
Yep.
Going into another glass, going into another glass, going into another glass. It's all about the quality of the glass when you really get into it.
And the glass normally costs more than the body.
It does.
It does. I mean, this body alone, just the body, not counting this lens, and definitely not counting this lens. This is a $3,000 lens. The camera body itself is only like $1,500. This lens that's on it right now.
Well, no. I think no. This one's $1,500. I think this is closer to $2,000, $2,500, something like that. But either way, it's still cheaper than this thing.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you pay for the glass.
And this is close to the same price as that.
That's right.
I mean, well, let me rephrase it. Maybe $2,300, $2,500, something like that. If you want to get this size in the quality of glass that it is. Okay?
Yeah. So it's a 24 to 70, 2.8. This is a 70 to 200, 2.8. That's what you pay for. Is that f-stop allows more light into it. But I mean, normally car shooting, you're not worried about low light until you get into the golden hour.
Well, until we're talking about the lower light, hey, we're filming in a parking garage. This is a night show.
That's right.
I mean, your typical middle of the day shows, if you're outside the whole time, cloudy or sunny, you're not really worried so much about the low light stuff.
Not much, because the ISO you can bump out of a full frame camera is, I can probably go up to 6,400 plus.
You're one of them.
Without having to lose, where you're not seeing all the grain.
So you say ISO, I say ISO.
Okay, well, that's ISO.
So there's two different people that do video and photography. There's ones that say ISO and one that say ISO.
There you go. But it's ISO.
I don't really want to explain. I mean, there's so much detail. There's so much little stuff to involve that we don't have time to go through.
There is.
For the most part.
And the good thing about iPhones or Samsung phones is the camera, phone itself takes care of a lot of that stuff.
No, here's the thing. He said, does the action camera have a built-in gimbal? It doesn't have a built-in gimbal, but
you mount it to a gimbal.
It has digital stabilization.
It does.
So it's very stable, but it's using a much, much smaller lens that allows you to do something, I'm sorry, not lens, but much, much smaller sensor that allows it to like mimic, to offset the movement. But
the way it works is
it does cut into the quality. It is a smaller sensor. It is also digitally done.
That's right.
Which can also eat up the quality of what you're actually looking at.
So think of any camera you have.
We'll talk about stability here in a minute.
Think of a 4K camera. This camera in general. It's using a full sensor to do 4K, right? Which is a great image. Looks great. When you start getting into isolating shake and movement, it's doing it digitally.
Yeah.
So it's bouncing around like this.
Yeah. So it's cutting. It's not utilizing the full sensor anymore. It's actually cutting into the sensor that allows it to digitally
bounce around,
adjust. So it tries to stay more stable. So instead of you going like this, it's now going like this.
Yeah. It smooths it out by cropping in.
It does a great job at it.
Yeah.
But if you're not in good sunlight, it doesn't work very well.
No, it doesn't. Depending on the camera.
Nor does it look that great.
Depends on the camera.
Whereas opposed to this guy right here with the little 1-inch sensor on it, even though it's tiny, this little camera is tiny, but because it has an actual physical gimbal, it doesn't mess up the quality of the footage.
That's right.
Because it doesn't crop into it.
Yeah, so all the benefits of this are now built into that little head.
This little guy here. We'll talk about gimbals here in a second, but I want to give you an idea. Like this little guy here, you're thinking, hey, this is so much smaller. Why would this be better than this? This is what they call a kit lens. So a kit lens would be something that you buy with like the cheapest camera package. And they give you a lens on it just so you can start taking pictures or doing video.
Right. Yep.
So it's the cheapest variety of glass that you can buy, as opposed to, now here's something that costs, this lens alone costs more than this whole thing, camera and lens.
Right.
But also the difference of an interchangeable lens camera is you can improve on your camera by just buying good glass.
That's right.
Where you can't buy any better glass than what this already comes with.
That's right.
So the quality that this is what it is. It's really not going to get better, is it?
No, it's not.
Where
interchangeable lenses is the way to
where
go.
sometimes you can buy a camera like this or like this big guy over here, and you may not have the best money to get the best lenses, but later on you can. It's almost like getting a full upgrade of a camera,
Sure.
just by getting a new lens.
Once you throw a new lens on, it's night and day.
Yeah. And then it might be even a newer lens that's better than the previous lenses that now make your older body, your camera body, better than it was before,
right.
quality image-wise, right? So that's this. We do fly drones often. Ground photography and video, very compactness for little small stuff. Really compactness, this little guy here.
Yeah.
And if you're worried about, now the good thing about action cameras is because one, like I said, small, we mount them on the outside of suction mounts.
And they do have image stabilization built in up to, depending on what you're doing.
So when they're mounted on a car with a suction cup and the car's bouncing, it will smooth
stabilize
it out.
that out.
But it's not
not a gimbal.
It's not main footage that we use though. This is like a filler footage.
That's right.
So filler footage, a little bit of filler, a little bit of like head talking filler, main stuff.
Yeah.
Main stuff.
If you want quality,
and then obviously aerial stuff with the gimbal. I'm just going to show you this. Guys, we got like 3 different gimbals. This is just one of them. We got one smaller, we got one bigger. This just happens to be a really nice one.
It's a nice size drone.
It folds out just like that. There's your drone. It flies very well. It handles wind very well. It's a single camera one. They got multi-camera ones and stuff like that now. But this, you know what, for what we're doing, for certain shots, the single camera 1-inch sensor does phenomenal.
Yep.
Because we don't shoot at night with a gimbal. I'm sorry. We don't shoot at night with a drone.
The sensors won't work that well.
No,
they just don't.
There are certain rules to flying drones at night.
Yeah.
And technically speaking, you're not supposed to. So if you see people flying them in the middle of the night, they're probably not supposed to.
Yeah.
Just saying. You're not supposed to go half hour after
And to be
dark.
honest, unless you have a $30,000 plus camera, you're not shooting after dark.
There are
very few that can hold up.
There are drones. This is going to run you, with the batteries and all that stuff, and the proper. This is one of the controllers. There's controllers with lenses with the
screen built in.
Yep. You're going to spend $2,000 plus on those kind of things.
Yeah. But there's no camera going to shoot great in dark.
If you want a drone that shoots good in dark, you're going to be spending $10,000 plus.
Easily.
Because those are huge drones.
Yeah.
And they've got big ass cameras on them.
Yeah.
That handle basically they fly this thing around.
Yeah.
And then some.
Even that can't handle
and then some
much darkness without showing grain.
Video's one thing. You guys got any questions on video? Does action cameras have a built-in gimbal? No, I think I explained that one already.
No, they're internal.
Is it good to bring it? Yes, it is good to bring an extra camera because
we always do, as you can tell.
I would say when we go to a shoot, not including even gimbals, we've probably at least 3 cameras on us. At least 3.
You mean not counting?
I'm talking like I might shoot with this. You might be shooting with this, and then we still have a pocket here, and we probably still have this.
Couple actions. We have like 6.
I'm thinking we have at least 4 or 5.
Yeah, easily
on a low shoot.
Yeah.
And then if we're doing drone, then we have this.
And we have 2 more. We have the Mavic
we have
Mini.
2 that we shoot often.
Yeah.
And we have 1 that we never shoot with anymore because this does fine.
Yep.
So. Yep. Anyways, so that's that. Let's move these over here. Video though only goes so far, doesn't it?
Yeah, because you're basically what you're doing is you're pushing the camera to its limits when you get into the video mode, especially 4K. Photos, they're one snap. That doesn't take a lot of pressure, but with video, you're constantly running that sensor, so you have to have a good camera to support the 4K footage.
Right.
Or slow-mo or whatever you're doing, which is where the camera body comes into play. But if you have a crappy lens on it, the camera body becomes irrelevant.
Oh, that is one thing, too. You can spend a lot of money on a camera body.
Yeah.
But if you don't have good glass to back up that good camera... Now, you can have a cheap camera body and then not have that expensive glass. And you know what? You're not any worse off.
Yeah, correct.
But if you got like a $5,000 camera body and a $500 lens...
Why would you?
You might as well just buy a $500 camera.
Yeah.
It's with the $500 lens.
The best investment I can tell people is don't worry about get a good camera body.
Like something like this will cost you under $1,000.
Yeah.
With this kit lens.
Yeah.
Something like this is going to cost you close to $2,500 to $3,000. Something like this,
probably close to, with lens and everything, probably close to $5,000-ish.
And you know what this is going to cost you because you have one of these already.
Yep. Which is $1,500.
But these are also, this is more expensive than this guy.
Right.
And this will do far better video quality than this thing.
Yep.
Okay. That's all right. But video is one thing. Audio is another. Would you say?
Audio is a big thing.
Very, very important. For video, not photography, obviously.
No camera body, I don't care what camera you buy, is going to hold up with audio.
I don't think so either.
You have to have a separate audio source to put into the camera, because cameras only have, even on this, there's only a small microphone hole that's even there.
It's like enough just to monitor like
and
a
that's
type
what
of
it's
stuff,
made for.
But it's not something that's usable when you're trying to put an actual video with quality.
It's not this sound quality.
So guys, if we were using this and this was the audio you're listening to, you would probably be signing off right now. I mean, you wouldn't even have signed on. Seriously.
Yeah.
However, audio, if you're doing photography, you can forget this part.
Yep.
If you want to do video, this is very important.
Hugely important.
Now, there's a lot of stuff we do that doesn't necessarily use the audio. We got overlay. We got soundtracks.
Do we need it all? Probably not, but we like it because it shows.
Depends what we're doing.
Yeah.
So if you've ever heard us at a show, which if you're watching this, I imagine you've seen some other videos by us, we are using some kind of external microphone of some type.
Yep. Plugged into the cameras like we just showed you.
So like, for instance, here, I'll start small. Here's a tiny little, let me show you. You're thinking, what the hell is this? This is a wind, basically a wind protector. You know, it's basically gonna
a dead rat.
Dead cat.
I call them rats.
Yeah, well, that's more like a rat size. That's a cat size.
Well, that's a skunk.
So inside of them, if you want to look real quick, there you go. That's how small. That's it. That's the microphone. Tiny little thing. It gets the sound from the front. It doesn't really do much from the side or the back. It's more or less designed. They call these shotgun mics. That's just a tiny version of it, and they sit right on top of a camera. You plug them in. There's an audio mic. There's an audio thing on the side of the camera. Typically, every camera you get like this, and there's a little bit of audio. But this is great for little things. So, like, let's say if I wanted to use it on this little guy, there you go. That's where this one is. It's a nice little compact, cool little setup.
Yeah,
but on something like this, you're getting the quality. If you're getting that good a quality video, you really should probably think about getting that good a quality audio too, wouldn't you think?
Yep.
So now we're looking a little bit bigger. Now there's many options. This is called the Deity. There's a brand of that one. There's Rode. There's all kinds of DJI. There's all kinds of stuff. Maybe DJI don't necessarily make big shotgun mics like this, but this is the same kind of thing. Here's that's the actual microphone. They call it, like I said, shotgun mic. It's basically designed to get the audio from in front.
Yep. This cardio, so everything's coming out of the front.
Yep.
Probably more super cardio.
Super cardio. You're correct. This is just, like I said, it's got foam, and then you got the fur that. I mean, it cuts. If without this, every little wind thing, it'll pick that up like crazy.
Yep.
This just helps with that a lot. But once again, you got to make sure that you are in front of the camera, because if you're behind the camera talking, it's going to sound very, very muffled.
Yep. Which we always change directions, which was why we went with a wireless solution.
And so that's right. We are moving around a lot. We move around a lot. So these are still great. We still use these. Actually, we still use them in the studio. Right now, we're using we're using a little bit different. We're using our NASCAR setup.
Sure.
But we have mics like this that we use in the studio. Right now, because we're moving around a lot talking about this, we put these on today, which is very similar to basically kind of like, here's a couple options like this.
And you've all seen us as we walk around.
Yeah, you'll see us walk around. And these are just a couple brands. DJI, Rode. I think they're probably the two better ones in the market right now.
I would think so. I mean, there are cheaper alternatives, but I don't think they're as good. But you get what you pay. Honestly, and this is the thing we got to say. In photography, videography, the audio AV world, you get what you pay for. You'll get something
There's
great.
no doubt.
You'll
No
get
doubt.
something that will work great at the beginning, but it won't last.
You'll think you'll buy one of these little guys right here, and you're thinking, man, I found one for $60.
Yep. Good luck.
Probably not going to be great.
Yeah.
These are closer to $350.
Yep. Yep.
This one might be only like 60. Tiny little thing.
Sure. Yeah.
But the quality between these two are night and day. This is great for a little bitty, like, I'm going to talk in front of the camera. That's it.
Yep.
This will pick up stuff at better range.
Quiet space.
Better range of highs and lows.
Yeah.
I mean, the quality behind. I mean, and this is just a couple examples. There are a ton of examples out there. Okay.
There are.
And the thing is, with our podcast and the time limit that we have for ourselves is more on the limited side. But wireless mics. When I started Craving Cars, and we started doing Chris, when you and I started doing video in general,
yeah,
wireless mics was a much, much more expensive thing to get into, they weren't this small.
No.
It's like just the receiver would be the size of this whole camera.
Yeah, you carried a Tascam 4-channel recorder.
Oh yeah, a separate recorder.
Yeah,
Put it on. If you wanted to plug it into the microphone, it was different. But to have something this small that you can just plug into your camera, this is what receives the signal, and these are the wireless options. That these are basically.
Yeah, so you can clip those on to the body of the person or
right,
a wireless.
You hold
mic.
that one. I mean, basically, you just mount them. A lot of times, we'll put them under the shirt like so because they have a magnet thing on them, and you might see this little guy out there.
Yeah,
and you're thinking, okay, what's he doing now? Obviously, we don't make it quite this obvious most of the time, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and this little thing like this, and that way we have freedom, like we're doing right now with these little guys.
That's right.
And we can go.
Same thing when we hook up our wireless handhelds. All we do is take the styrofoam off and throw a brick on it.
You'll see us with these a lot.
Yeah.
And so check this out, guys. Big mic. Ooh. Are you ready? Ready for this? This little guy goes right on there like that. Oh my God, look at that.
2-in-1.
We now have a wireless mic. Hello, everybody. I am Corey Pratt with Channel 9 News. No, that's not really what's going on. But, I mean, it's amazing the quality of some of these little mics.
Yeah.
Little mics still aren't the cheapest things. Now, but price compared to what they were a long time ago, these are very affordable.
Much better quality.
But you got to understand that this whole setup costs what this thing does, which means the quality of this is probably still better, I think.
Yeah, depending on how far you are.
The more expensive you spend, typically the more quality. It doesn't mean that the quality goes up as fast as the price does.
Yeah.
But if you spend $1,500 on a microphone, it's probably going to sound better than a $300 microphone.
Yeah.
Is it 5 times better? I don't know. That's for you to decide. However, audio in video, now obviously not photography, but in video,
and I got to tell you,
more important than you may think.
Yeah, audio is probably more important than the video because you can mic over a blurred video and give content.
How about this? How many times have you watched a video? Chris, this is you personally, right? How many times you watched over a video and you said, all right, hey, the video quality is not great, but I can see what's going on. You keep watching it. But if you turn on a video and the audio quality is absolute shit, do you continue watching it?
No.
There you go.
No.
There you go. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Right
audio is more important than video.
Not that video quality isn't good. I mean,
no, I agree, but
what you're doing.
But if you go into the world of just audio, okay, it's a podcast. Sounds, I can follow it. Watch a video with no audio, you would have no idea.
You can kind of see if you watch very, very early Craving Cars videos, audio was okay.
Yeah.
But it got better over the years. Yeah. Because the microphones got better over the years. You know, I started from this little guy and moved to this guy. Huge difference. Even in studio. So on and so forth. Now,
a lot of gear.
What's next?
And we can go into gear all night long.
You got your audio. I mean, you got stuff like this. You've got...
Yeah, it's crazy.
How do you hold your cameras? Okay, you got this little guy. You got that little guy. You got that little guy. Maybe you need a bigger full size sucker. Then you got this little guy. So tripods, important, right?
Yep.
Wouldn't you say?
Yep.
How do you hold your gear?
Well, I don't think
they're all different in a way. Like this is something that you're not going to hold. Like, hey, I can put a little thing on here. I can put a little thing on here, like this. Maybe clamp my phone onto it. Smack this little, because this isn't going to hold a lot of weight.
Yep.
But then you're like, hey, I want to use some of these other bigger cameras, or maybe one of these guys right here. Well, you're going to need a little more robust. You see how much bigger that ball mount is than this ball mount, and they do something different. Maybe you need one that extends.
Yep. Get a little more height.
Maybe you don't need to extend. Maybe you just want to stand it up, or maybe you need a tripod that not only just stands up, but stands up, but goes really low. You see the difference here? Really high, real low. So what are you using it for? Or you see us out in the field, guys. You know, this tripod. This is what they call a travel tripod, which means it's compact. This will stand up a good 6 feet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But look how small it is still in my hand. There are smaller ones that cost a shitload ton more.
But you got to buy a good one.
There's
some cheap ones.
You gotta buy a decent one. Now this is one that they call a Zome. You know what? That is on the cheaper end of quality.
But still
let me rephrase that. I call this the budget quality, because it's about cheap as you want to go. This is still $100 some odd tripod though.
Yeah.
This is still like $120, $30
don't
tripod.
get us wrong. You can go on Amazon. You're going to see this identical kind of setup for $25. You're going to see it.
Oh, geez.
Don't buy it.
I don't know if I'd buy that one. Yeah.
Don't buy it.
Manfrotto. There's all kinds of brands. This is a brand called Suray. Manfrotto. This one is.
Suray is great. Benzo's great. Manfrotto is great.
I'm not here to tell you what all the brands are. We're not saying we're here to do, but what I'm getting at, I guess what we're getting at is, like you said earlier, you tend to get what you pay for, don't you?
You do.
So, like, let's say I got this little guy and this thing cost me $60.
I've been doing it over 20 years, and I've learned.
Which means this little guy right here is going to hold a lot more weight. Like I had this little bendy guy on here.
Ball.
This little tighten on here, and check this out. Not only can you tighten it, but let's say that's not where you need it. You can pick it and put it wherever else you want. But the quality behind this aluminum is going to hold the weight of this guy.
That's right.
With no issues at all, without that ball being bent out of shape. If I put it on this little guy, it won't even hold it for nothing.
Yep.
So you got to think of what you're using, what you're doing, quality.
That's right.
That matches your stuff.
If you think you have a quality system you want to build off of, you have to make sure that it has a cage designed around it, because the cage is going to allow you to expand upon it.
So yeah, let's get into that. So not only like this is just the camera by itself. Like we're talking about a couple of these cameras by itself.
Yeah.
But check this out. So check out Chris's other camera he's bringing over here, and that little guy has a whole like cage around it that allows you to expand, because something fierce on that sucker.
Yeah. So obviously,
not only that, he's got a handle on it. He's got a bigger battery grip on it. See this whole thing right here? The camera's only right here.
Right.
Actually, is that a bad view? This is the camera body. This is a whole extra completely grip that adds extra batteries, doesn't it?
It does. It adds 2 batteries that run it. Then everything sits inside of a cage, which is all of this metal that you see around it, right? That's called a cage. So as you see, there's multiple holes that you can mount things to on each side. There's handles you can grip, do whatever, multiple mounting positions, that kind of a thing. That's called a cage, and that's what's important. If you're buying a camera and there's not a cage designed for it, means you can't mount a lot of external components to it. Example being this Sony here. There's no cage on it. All you have is one hot shoe to mount anything to. There's no quarter 20s on side, except for the bottom.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to add much to
right?
that.
You're not going to be able to add an external monitor or anything like that.
Which is funny. I should have brought it. We actually have a cage for this little guy.
We do, actually.
That gives you a bunch of add-ons.
Yeah, but it gives you places to mount external microphones, monitors.
So basically, these things can mount on here.
Yeah.
The wireless ones can mount on here. monitors. I mean, what else? I mean, it's like this. The cage kind of makes it
or
endless.
just hybrid things together. In other words, you can use let's just say we had the Pocket 3. It could sit right here and it can double shoot. In other words, you're focused on here,
That's
but
true.
it's recording what you're shooting.
Yeah, because that pocket's got a wide angle, you might be zoomed in here. That way, you get two views at once. Actually,
that's right.
So that's actually kind of that's good to think about.
Definitely, if you're looking to go get a good camera body, think about a lens you need. My suggestion would be 24 to 70 is probably the best one. You go kit-wise.
It's the F ratio you want to think about, right? So if you can get to the 2.8 range.
2.8 is great. Not that you need it for car photography because you're normally shooting during the day. So F4 is great.
2.8 to 4.
Yeah.
So just so you know, guys, the lower the number, typically the more expensive it gets.
It does. And the better it does in low light.
The better it does in low light.
So
That's great.
think of that. But F4 lenses for car photography are great because you're not normally shooting in dark, right? And because these shoot in 2.8, now you need to buy what we call filters. ND filters, CPL filters. This camera alone has 2 filters built in. You have to dial these into making the adjustment because now you're allowing too much light into the camera. So the F4 is a good way if you're doing daylight photography, going to car shows, right?
Yep.
Those are great lenses, and they are a lot cheaper. If you're doing anything above that, you want that depth of field where there's some blur involved, all of that, then maybe you don't want to go the F4. You want to go into the F2 at 2.8 or whatever. Prime lenses are a great example of getting the best bang for the buck. Learn what you're shooting. Normally,
so explain that. So basically, what you have here, these are zoom lenses, which means they go from from one distance to a bigger.
But they hold.
But explain what a prime lens is.
A prime lens is designated as being. Let's say this lens is a prime, and now it's a 24 millimeter, stuck at 2.8 or whatever it is. Right. It can never change.
It's only at that 24.
That's what it is. This one will zoom in and out. Most 24 or 70 to 200s, like my white one, those are internal zooms, but they zoom.
Right. And then the prime lenses are basically set at a focal length. They don't zoom.
They normally will go lower light. In other words, they might open up to not 2.8 like this. It'll go to a 1.4, 1.8, whatever it is.
Which what we're talking about. The lower the number, the better you're at low light.
Better at low light.
Yep.
So prime lenses are a good way to learn if you want to learn how to shoot car photography. You want to look at a wide angle, right? Let's say you're doing a full car. You need a lower zoom lens. So like an 18-ish lens. And then if you want to really blow out the background, then you're looking at a 24 or 70 to 200, that kind of a range.
Yep.
So think about that when it comes to primes.
Yeah, so that's kind of one of those things too. It's a focal length, they call it. So the lower that number goes, right, the more you can blur the background out, like naturally, not like digitally like a phone does.
Yeah,
it's
normally the lower you go,
better.
Normally the lower you go, is wider. It's more in focus. The more you go to like a 70 to 200, it starts to break down everything. So,
well, okay. So now some of you talked about gimbal stuff, like how a Canon camera kind of has a digital gimbal built in. That Pocket 3 we talked about has a physical gimbal, so you're not relying on digital. You're not degrading any video quality because it's not using digital. Here are other ways that you can take these other big cameras that we've just been showing you. Like here's a small little guy right there. There we go. So you got little smaller gimbals, and you may not think that doesn't look like much because it's all folded up. So this would basically be unfolded, camera mounted to it, and what it does is a 3-axis gimbal, so it keeps your camera steady this way.
That's right.
This way, and this way.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 ways it'll do it, and it's really nice. Now this is a small one, so this is really for lightweight type of stuff, but as you can see, we have bigger cameras here, so they're not all lightweight stuff. This little guy is you know, the funny thing is how big this is compared to this. This is actually still our medium size one.
Yeah, we got the big bad boy back here,
but this still holds a lot of weight. It's got a here. Let's pull up to this camera. It's got a lot of like, you know, basically the camera mounts up here, and it'll be leveled out. But the motors do the work. You have 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then you even have this little guy. You got a little handle back here so you can grab on, because you end up putting quite a bit of weight on this. Once you have a camera here,
yeah,
you're dealing with 6 to 10 pounds of weight here.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. But you got like the little different handles so you can bring it down and get lower shots. I mean, these kind of gimbals I feel like are pretty invaluable when you're dealing with cameras like this, and you really are moving a lot. And you're wanting to walk around, and you're moving a lot, and you're getting a lot of like movable shots, whether you're in the back of a car filming a rolling shot or you're walking around an event. These kind of gimbals are fairly invaluable, because you know, otherwise your footage is just going to be way too shaky without some kind of stability. And this may seem pretty monstrous. If you have a smaller camera like this, then you are fine with a smaller gimbal, which obviously
they're all pounds rated.
Cost a lot less too.
Yeah.
But where this, you know, mounts right into here, you know, very simple, very easy, and it's all controlled. I don't need to. I'm not. This isn't a tutorial on how to use a gimbal, but it's all motor controlled.
It's relevant.
It's one of those things. If you're doing a lot of moving shots where you're not static with tripods or something like that, you kind of need an electric gimbal.
You do. You need a big motor gimbal. And just to run the big camera.
The bigger the setup. Here, let's move this out of the way. Let's Chris, show him what you got going on.
Well, I mean, just so you know, I mean, it's. Let me see if I can get this in the shot.
I mean, the one our medium sized one is still a pretty
freaking huge,
a badass. I mean, this guy right here, this will still probably hold within 10 pounds worth of gear if you needed it to. We don't want to put this up here. Just because it holds it doesn't mean what you want to do, because you want some you want some room for like air in there. And if you're trying to go around a whole event holding 10 pounds in your arm, you're thinking that doesn't sound like a lot of weight. Try carrying 10 pounds around for hours on end. Out like this, it's a lot of weight.
It is a lot.
That's a lot of weight. Now, can you even pick that up on the camera? It's so huge. Hey, you go over that. Can you go over that?
Yeah, I'm gonna break this down if I can. I'm trying to line up the cameras.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and let me try to get this camera zoomed out. Sorry, guys, give me a second here because I think it's important.
All right. Show people this massive.
That's what I'm going to do.
Like this is cinema camera massive. You might want to explain that a little bit too.
Yeah, this is kind of holding on to and I'm trying to get the video to change up here. All right, so we're going to back this out real quick. All right, as you can tell, it's pretty damn big. I'm going to do my best here. So let me see what I can do here. All right, so this gimbal alone is what holds the big camera, which is this. So this will mount onto it and do it this way. This gimbal is a cinematic gimbal, so it's probably all in $4,000 to be able to support the height and the width. So if I run around with this camera, sorry, let me go back here. So if I come in with this camera and I need to now run a gimbal, I will mount it to this camera, this gimbal, and then be able to do all the video shoot with giving me stability. Yes, I mean, as you can tell, it's huge.
Do we need to show them like a comparison size? Because
yeah,
this one's not exactly small.
Yeah, I can't fit it in the screen. It's so damn big.
Well, there you go.
But you know what? It is overkill
hold on.
unless you're needing.
You're standing up from the ground. Now, it's got a little bit longer handle because of battery wise. What is that, like almost 2 feet off the ground?
Yeah, I mean, it's table height, so it's 30 inches off the ground.
This might be a foot and a quarter, a third. His other one's like maybe 2 feet.
Yeah, it's right at about 30 inches tall.
But
you need it to run a camera that weighs as much as these do.
Yeah, as much as like, I mean, so right now we're talking about this little guy. So this is, I mean, typically because you have a lot of things mounted and you have the extra battery thing and the lens itself, what's this weigh, you think? Where are we at? 5, 6 pounds? 6 pounds?
Oh, way more than that. I'd probably like close to 8, if not 10 pounds.
You kind of need something to be able to withstand it, those electric motors and stuff to be able to do what it can do. And you got to be able to film that you can use these things for hours on end a day without wearing you out any more than it has to.
Which is not comfortable. I mean, I don't care how I want to carry it. It's not comfortable.
Yeah. Not really. That's how, I mean, Chris he even adopted with this one. He's got a strap with this, even the medium size one, because
Wait
the
a minute,
the weight
strap on.
It has a strap on. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
It kind of mounts to here and down below down here, and it allows you to rest it around your back, around your shoulder, to try to take some of the weight off it. Because even with this guy here, you can lift this and go, hey, this ain't so bad, and then you start putting the weight in the lens of the camera and all that stuff on there, and then you're like, holy crap, okay. I can walk around this and be like, oh, this is great, and I can film a car or two, and you're like, okay, this is good. How many cars are we filming at times? Hundreds?
Hundreds.
Or hours on end?
Yeah, it just doesn't always work out.
Yeah, you kind of need a little bit of help. Anyways, gimbal. If you're not being static meaning not motional, in your photography does not really enter into it. In your video
is different than photography.
If you don't want to be static in your video, you kind of need some kind of a stabilization.
Photography is definitely more forgiving than video.
Even these guys, the built-in stability they have is decent.
Yeah.
But I remember using this not long ago, and I remember like moving around, and I must have did something because the footage was so digital, like bouncy like this. It didn't look good. So a lot of times I will use my small gimbal. What did I do with that thing? I did something with it.
That's right.
Here it is. So even one of the reasons I use a small gimbal like this, let's move this little guy off. Maybe. Doesn't really matter. So with this little guy, if you see the size of the camera, you can see the size of my phone. And I'll put other things on here like microphones and stuff on it. That I would use a small gimbal like this, and it does pretty good. It keeps that phone stable. If I don't use it, and I'm not just doing a static shot, or I'm not just talking to myself while I'm not moving, the little handle with the little mount, it doesn't work that great when you try to move around.
That's right.
It doesn't work that great.
Yep.
So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that little
There
stuff.
is a lot into it, and a lot more we can talk about.
I don't know if I'm rambling on a few things. I don't know. What do you think? What we got?
I think we're done to call tonight, to be honest.
Should I get the biggest gimbal I can for my phone and be making cinematic movies? Absolutely, BFF.
That's all it takes.
You need to get this guy right here so you can power, so you can keep this little guy stable.
There you go. Yeah, do that.
I think the funny thing is I answered his question with that small one before I realized he had a question for it. They have specific phone gimbals too.
They do. Most of these will do it with an adapter.
The two brands we use typically are DJI and Zhiyun.
Yep.
Which it's
Zhongyong.
I know it's like a Chinese brand, but it's a name brand still.
It's still great
for the country, for the continent of Asia.
They're all built over there.
For the continent of Asia, this is a name brand. Okay.
Yeah, even DJI is going through that problem right now because they're built out of China.
But I don't. We've had. I think when we started Craving Cars, we had like. And you might still have one too, right? You have like a phone, like a dedicated gimbal just for a phone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But then we found out you can't really add much more than the phone. So no, say, hey, I want to add this.
You can't put a mic or anything.
So then I end up going the route of the little guy like this, which is not hardly any bigger than a phone gimbal by itself. I think this is like a Crane M3 or something like that. They have various. DJI has mini ones. They have ones made just for phones that might be slightly smaller and all that stuff. But we look at the fact of we're not just using phones. We're doing a lot of other stuff with it.
Yep.
So we buy one item as much as we can use as many things for it. So,
that's right.
Anyways.
Well, we hope you guys appreciate the show tonight. We got to end it.
Vampire Bear 13. Stay warm. It's cold here. It is not cold. You know what it was today?
Nice
85 degrees today.
Yeah, it's nice.
Tomorrow, guess what it's going to be? About 85 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, we got some good stuff coming up over the next couple weekends. So be paying attention to that. We got the
biggest thing, Boost and Barbecue next week.
Boost and Barbecue.
We will be there Thursday night.
Flying A Strike Ship.
You are local. Come see us at Boost and Barbecue at Killer Performance Thursday night. If you're not local,
for the pre-party,
technically you can still come see us at Boost and Killer Performance.
You probably can.
You just got to come in from out of town.
You probably can. We appreciate everybody listening to the show tonight.
Yep.
You know, going over what we do and how we do it, but we do appreciate you guys. So we're going to get ready to sign off out of here.
That's right. I know this was a lot of information for everybody, and I know we could go on this for like hours on end.
Hours.
Just by cameras alone. And then we can talk about another hour for microphones, another hour for gimbals, another hour. We haven't gotten to lighting.
Yeah.
But lighting is more of a studio atmosphere.
Yeah, we're not worried about that.
If you're out and about and you're outside and all that stuff, or you're moving around and you're like, let's say it's on the late night parking garage show, lighting really still doesn't enter into it.
No, it doesn't.
It's kind of hard to
contain
that. So we didn't really get into that, even though we have lots of lighting to do other things and for other reasons, but for walking and talking and photography, videography and all that good stuff. That's about it.
Let's sign off.
Video, good. Microphones, very good. Gimbals, also good. And outside of that, it's just a matter of it's a skill level thing. Now, just because you have all the equipment in the world doesn't mean you can use it. So what you do is you get your equipment. If it's this,
learn it.
You learn it. You
get the most out of it.
You do what you can. You don't have to listen to us, but if you don't, it's probably stupid and you're not going to do worth a shit. I'm kidding. I kid. We know a thing or two, but guess what? We're not the only ones that know shit.
That's right. And we don't know it all.
No, we don't. So that's it. I think it's a good time. Sign up for the day, guys. Yep. Proud sponsors of Craving Cars down below. See the links in the descriptions and all that good stuff. Follow them because they're all awesome. We wouldn't be here. Auto Beauty Center Studios tonight, here, tomorrow, or next week. Killer Performance. Either way, awesome. Follow us Facebook, Instagram, like, share, subscribe into this channel on the YouTubes. I'm Corey Pratt.
I'm Chris Ruck.
And to remember all you cravers out there.
Keep craving.